right. Thank you so much. Tonight, or today, I want to talk about perception, awareness, of course, experience, and breaking patterns. Wow. All right. Thank you. I truly believe that we live in a beautiful world. Also a complex world. We see it every day. But I truly believe there is good in all of us. But one thing is for sure, the world is changing faster than ever. Influences, impulses, and information, they pull at us all day long. But our attention is limited. And when attention is limited, perception becomes selective. I think it's enough, right? Okay. But before you know it, you might miss something. I'm not gonna drink this now, otherwise it will be a whole different TED talk. All right, so my name is Jasper van Luit. I'm an illusionist and communication specialist. And years ago, I had a choice, work in companies with my communication degree or follow my heart and become an illusionist. And I wanted to bring wonder to the world. I think we need a little bit of magic, and that's why I chose this job. Now, I performed since then all over the world, from Las Vegas to Paris, from China many times, I performed for Prince Albert in Monaco, and now I'm here at TEDx. Now, let's do something. This is going to be an interactive presentation. That means that all of you can join the fun. Yeah, I can see you're up for this. Okay. I want you to just move your shoulders a little bit. Very good. Hands forward. Move your fingers. Very good. Hands up and down. And up again. Yeah, that feels good. Down. Come on, just give it to me. Okay. No. All right, good. Fingers forward. Fingers forward. Okay. Okay, now, thumbs to the bottom. Turn inside. Arm up. Okay, right arm. Yes, I can see you're sharp guy. Okay, cross. Hands together. Now move your hands to the inside. I hear some crackling over there. Your wrists are free and loose. Now here we go. This is an eye-hand coordination test. And this test is probably less hard than pronouncing eye-hand coordination test. But it has three steps. The first step is easy. The second step harder. And the third step is almost impossible. Are you guys ready? Yes. Okay, let's do this. First step. Stretch only your pinkies and touch your fingertips. That's it. Goes well, right? Pinkies back. This was easy. Now we go to the second step. Stretch your middle fingers. And only touch, that's good, fingertip. I see some people doing like this, but I think just only your middle fingers forward. And here we go. Middle fingers back. Now we go to the third part. This is the hardest part. Thumbs down, just like that. And on the count of 3, you can twist your thumbs any direction you like. Here you go. 1, 2, 3, twist. Come on, a bit more. A bit like this. Oh, gosh. I can see you're sharp, guys. Give each other a big round of applause. Good. All right. I promised you to do something more interactive, so let's take this further. I've got for you a text on the screen, and the task is actually a counting task. And I'd like you to count how many F's there are in the following text. And it's the F, of course, of Ferdinand or fame. Are you guys ready for that? But there's one thing, you only have 3 seconds. 3 seconds is a short period, so you have to go count straight away. Ready for this? 3 seconds starts now. 1, 2, and 3. How many F's can you count? Shout it out. 3. Very good, of course, 3. I heard somebody say 3, 4, 2, I heard. But most people say 3, it's true, very good. They're actually, yeah, look, they're actually 6. Now, something happened here. It's not that you couldn't see it, you saw it, but you actually couldn't notice them, right? Now, this has 2 reasons. The first reason is that I used priming. Just before the test, I repeated 3 times 3. You've got 3 seconds, only 3 seconds, 3 seconds. Therefore, 3 is on your brain, it's conditioned in your brain. So it is most likely you will actually say 3. But that's not the only thing. The more important reason is the fact that your brain took a shortcut. It's called shortcut thinking. You only have 3 seconds, so your brain actually doesn't have a lot of time, so it actually chooses efficiency over accuracy. Therefore, you're missing stuff. Now, in this case, those offs don't carry a lot of meaning. Therefore, they're easily overlooked, right? Or all of you did. Now, this also shows something fascinating. Most of our lives, we live our life on the autopilot. We just keep on running, doing our things, keep on doing, without realizing that we're actually alive. We're living on the autopilot. Most of our choices we made, things we do, things we think about, often are on automatic. Research suggests that 90% of the choices we make daily and everything we do is automatic, automatic behavior. Some even said 95. It's not exact, but most part of our life we're not fully aware, not fully present. Now, if you drive a car, this is a very classic example. I'm not talking about a Tesla, but an old-fashioned car with a gear stick. If you drive that car, often you get somewhere and you think like, how did I actually got here? Because you're generally often thinking about ahead or in the past and not really here in the moment. Is that recognizable for those who drive? It's the same with a cup of coffee. Often you're drinking the coffee, and also it has to do with skill sets. We've got that skill to drive. We don't have to think about drinking that cup of coffee, it goes to automatic, right? Now, the problem of this is that we can make unnecessary accidents or mistakes in life and work. So therefore, and also, that's even worse, the experience of life you actually can miss. And I think the beauty of life is there to enjoy. Now, there are a few ways to switch off the autopilot. The best way, now of course you can do a meditation, that kind of things, or mindfulness, but you can also change. Change is one of the best ways to break the pattern. And most people don't really dig change, right? Especially in work. Now, I also had change lately. I'll show you later. This is a little bit. I'm going to show you later the change I have in my life, which is very lovely, but also completely chaotic. Now, we don't only miss things in life, but we're also filling the gaps. And that's what I actually showed you now. This text shows easily that we can read it, even though it says absolutely nothing. The first and the last letter are on the right spot, and the rest are all mixed up, and still we can read what it says. It's amazing, huh? Now, this has a reason. We're actually completing pattern. This pattern completion has a reason, and that's survival. Imagine you're in a desert. In front of you, you see a tree. You're out of the Jeep. You see a tree, and on one side you see maybe a little piece of a snout, maybe, and on the other side a tip of a tail. And your mind connects the dots and thinks like, hey, that must be a cat. Maybe I should go back in it's like cat, dangerous, big cat, danger, let's go in the Jeep. So That's how our mind works. Now, in this day and age, we also fill in the gaps. It's called assumption. And assumption is not very good. So therefore, it's really good and important to switch off the autopilot. There are several ways. Again, change is one. I had change in my life. And this is my little fluffy friend. Meet Mello. Mello is my dog since 1.5 months. And he actually interrupted and completely messed up my life after the last 1.5 months in a positive way. You have to walk the dog, of course, you have to take care of him, you have to train him, potty train him, and it's wonderful. But it's also chaos. It puts you back on your feet, it grounds you again, because he's walking around you, circling around, and when you're cooking, you can't just step away because you might trip over him. Or when I walk fast, he's gonna run after me, and then I have to actually, I can't run, I can't go fast. I just have to have a slow pace. So he helps me. Now, very importantly, I don't want you to take a dog, because it takes 12 to 15 years in your life. It's a big commitment. So it's wonderful, but if you're gonna have it, you can't fly, all those things, so think about it. Right. Switch off the autopilot. Another great way to do that is by, oh God, sorry. It's by surprise. This is a neck cracker. You can buy this, very silly. That's a really nice way to do it. And another way is, if you have a meeting and you see that people, colleagues or students, fellow students, you see them falling asleep, you can do this. You talk about graphs or about 10% profit in 2027 or whatever, and then you're like, sorry, I've got something in my eye. Sorry guys. Okay, where am I? Yes, 10% profit in 2027, as you can see. Now, you know for sure the autopilot will be switched off. It's a bit disgusting, but it works. Now, if you're going to do this, you have to aim well. That's important. Now, if you switch off the autopilot, you're way more alive. You're way more likely to actually, this is a bit lame, but think out of the box. And if you think outside the box, you take more risks and you're enjoying life, you're more light, you're more lively, more in and now. Thinking back to your youth, and before you know it, magic happens. Okay. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, remember the cat behind the tree? With connecting the dots, I'm going to teach you a trick, but first I'm going to show you something exciting. Now, for that I don't need that, sorry. But what I do need is this. So, wait. There it is. All right. We tend to think from A to B, but often we don't realize that nothing is always that upfront. Things might be a bit different than you think. By not connecting the dots, but rethink things, and by staying alert and awake, you will be connected with yourself. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you the trick one more time. I just did, and then I'm explaining how it works. Not to spoil the magic, because once you know how this works, you can't unsee it, and that's actually a waste. But the reason I want to show you how it works is to show that how our mind works. Now, I'm going to do the trick one more time. And normally magicians never do tricks twice, because otherwise you can actually reconstruct actually what happens, because there is no element of surprise. So now I've got 2 ropes of the same length, kind of, and not really. And okay. So earlier, I'm gonna just get it. Look, it's in there. Earlier I used matches, but this time I used something far more special. It's the answer to the secrets of life, and I've got it here. This is magic salt. You can't see it, but it works perfectly. If you throw this over your colleagues, your friends, they do anything you want them to do. Now, if you put it on top, before you know it, the ropes are connected. No. Again. Now. Okay. So, how this works, now is the moment for me to ruin the magic. How this works is like this. It works with 2 ropes. I'm gonna take off, there's not 2 ropes, but actually that's an illusion, because actually is 1 rope. Or you know what, I'll be honest, there are actually 2, if you cut them, there are 2 ropes, but one is very short, and the other one is very long. Now I like you all received an envelope, just open it up and discover what's inside. I'm gonna, as you can see, you've got 1 of those, right? And 1 long one, a short one and a long one. All right. Your hand is the tree. Remember that. Your hand is the tree. Okay, once I reveal the trick, there's no more magic. But remember the sense of wonder you actually had earlier. Remember that. So you can give that to other people with this trick. But don't underestimate the power of magic. Here we go. The little ones, you go with the feet up. Oops. The long one goes in there, just like that. And now, as soon as you put my hand here, it's a tree, like that. On this side you have a snout. On this one you've got tails. Your brain connects the dots and sees, hey, these are 2 ropes of the same length, right? So the only thing I have to do is emphasize that. I say, hey, I've got 2 ropes, same length. You make 1 knot. The second one, I do it with my teeth, and because I don't want to do it openly, otherwise you can see what's happening. And before you know it, you put your thumb down, the other thumb up, attach them, hold the rope, roll it over your hand, and then very soon you enter the knot. Don't pull it off yet, because I'll show you what happens if you pull it off. Don't do it. Then people think like, what's in that hand? And am I like, nothing, there's nothing in my hand. You don't want to be in that position. Magicians always think few steps ahead. So what I did is earlier with my body language like that, I looked at my case, I said there are some matches in there. And I dumped a knot. But you don't always have a case and the matches. What all you always have with you is magic salt. So this is what you do. Back to you. Back to you. You do this. You said, hey, I've got something with me. You look at your pocket, and say, hey, you dump it, you take the magic salt. Magic happens now, very slowly, with a reveal. And there it is, attached. Applause for yourself. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the last thing I want to share. If you're experiencing life to the fullest, in the present, that's worth everything. And that's valuable. This is a bag of money. Experiencing life fully in the present is worth a lot. And it's gone here. And it's here. Thank you. The magic is not in my hands, or maybe it is, but the magic is truly in your mind. And have you noticed it says is twice? Thank you so much. My name is Jasper van Luit. Thank you.